All right, y'all. Something weird happened today. Well, actually, not today. Yesterday and the day before. So, I have to go back and look. But I think I'm like 9 days DPO. And so I took a test, a Dollar Tree test, night before last, and it had an Evap line. And I always, I had one of those before. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna take another Dollar Tree test, and it was negative. And I was like, okay, and I threw it in the trash. And then next morning when I woke up, the test had a line, like it had an Evap line, I think, because I said Evap line because it's not as wide as the normal control line. It's like thinner. Like, so I would assume it's an Evap line because the test, I waited, it says wait 2 minutes. And so I waited 2 minutes and I looked at it and it was negative. So when I went back this morning, there was a line, but it was smaller than the normal control line. And then that made me take another test that morning. And then so I was like, what are the chances of having 2 Evap lines? And I was like, I had 2 Evap lines that I called Evap lines. And I was like, what are the chances? They're probably slim to none, and or like very small chances or possibility of me having an Evap line. And then so I was like, okay, I'll take another one. So in the morning I took another one and it was negative. I waited 2 minutes and it was negative. I got ready for work and I looked back in there and it was like stuck, like super white, like there was no line there. And then so I threw it away in the trash. And then I came back home yesterday and there was a line. And yeah, there was a line on it, but it was the same type of line, identical to the first two, not as wide as the not as wide as the control line, but still pink in color, but it's a thinner line. And so I was like, now the chances of having 2 Evap lines are, are small, but having 3 Evap lines, I don't know. I was like, maybe it was a bad batch of tests. And it does tell you not to look at it before testing. Actually, the first test was an Evap line right away. And then the second test I took right after that using the same urine. So the first test, yeah. First test I took, I had an Evap line right away. And then the second test I took, it was negative. And I looked at it the next morning and it had a line. It was pink, but it was smaller than a control line. And then the last test had another line. And I took pictures of it. I'm inserted in this video here. But then after that, so this morning I looked again and it was, I just looked at the test again. And I was like, man, I don't have any more pregnancy tests. So I took a ovulation test and it was negative. So, and I don't think that's gonna come positive. So, yeah, so that was kind of weird. And so, being that I'm like I should be like 12 days DPO, 12 days DPO now. But 12 days, maybe, I don't know. I don't really know, honestly. Yeah, I have to go back and check my calendar. But I think I might be like, I'm not 12, so if that was, so I'd be like 11 DPO, maybe. But I did get a positive ovulation test. And this cycle, me and my husband, we did everything just about the same. We used pre-seed, and I used a soft cup after we baby danced. And I actually slept with the soft cup in overnight because you can keep the soft cups in for up to 12 hours. So that was the night we got a positive OPK. And so, but we didn't pay. Like, my life has been so busy, so we haven't had a chance to baby. I wanted to baby dance every day that week, and we have an appointment scheduled to see what our next steps are on the 7th of July. And today is the 19th of June, so yeah. But I just wanted to come and share my weird story with you all. And I probably will take another test because I'm addicted like that tomorrow morning, or maybe when I get off from work. All right.